All right, Brad, the phone lines are buzzing. New York City, Connecticut, and New Jersey. Those listening on www.irijamradio.com. I have the attorney live on the here. His name is Brad Bernstein from the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, and we're getting ready to speak immigration or any legal matters that you would like to ask him about. The phone number is 718-749-5005. 718-749-5005. That's the number to call in right now and get your questions answered. But if you don't want to call in and you want... Oh, I think I lost Brad. See if you get him back to me. Hello?
Yes, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Hold a second. I lost Brad. I'm going to see if I can get him back on the line. And while we get Brad back on the line, let me say, if you'd like to set up an appointment to speak to the attorney, Brad Bernstein, then the number to speak to Brad is, of course, 718-749-5005. That is the number to speak to the attorney, Brad Bernstein, while we wait to connect with Brad. Again, the number is 718-749-5005. That's the number. Hold a second. Okay, let's try that. Hello?
You got me.
Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
I got both of you now. Go ahead, Brad. Go ahead, young.
Good morning, Brad. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. You know what? I'm going to ask you a question. I have to get off the line because I'm actually at work.
Okay.
My friend and her boyfriend are planning to get married, but neither of them are working. I was telling them that it is pertinent that one of them is, but she's saying she heard that it's not. It doesn't really matter. Could you please elaborate on that for me? Thank you.
It matters.
I'm going to get off. I'm going to get off the phone. I'm at work.
Okay, fine. You'll listen on the radio.
You.
Okay. Well, it matters in the sense that you need an affidavit of support. So if the husband, let's say the U.S. citizen, is not working, the U.S. citizen just can't file the paperwork and just say I'm not working and file for your spouse. You're going to get denied because you're not working.
Mm-hmm.
But you can always get a second affidavit of support from another family member or a friend. So so the answer is not it doesn't matter. Of course, it matters that you're not working. But also, the answer is just because the U.S. citizen is not working doesn't mean you can't get a green card. You just there's extra steps that are involved, meaning you need a second affidavit of support.
Okay.
Okay?
So once again, if you'd like to set up an appointment to speak to Brad, and of course, right now someone's standing by to take that phone call. It's 1-800-526-7977. 1-800-526-7977. Let's take this call, Brad. Good morning. You're live with your attorney, Brad Bernstein.
Hello.
Good morning. You're live.
Good morning.
Hi, how you doing?
I have a question for you.
Yes.
My dad is filing for his daughters. He's an American citizen, and we just sent in the DS-230 form. Can you tell me what's next?
Did you do the affidavit of support yet?
Yes, everything. Yes,
Everything. Okay. What is the priority date?
Didn't from last year.
No. When did the paperwork first go in?
From last year.
Okay. How old are the children?
One is 20, one is 19, one is 17.
Okay, so they're all, and the dad's a U.S. citizen.
Yes.
Okay. Once you submit everything to the National Visa Center, it takes about 4 to 6 weeks for them to review it. If everything is good, they transfer the file down to where are they in Jamaica?
Yes.
Okay, they transfer everything down to Jamaica. Takes Jamaica somewhere between 4 to 8 weeks to schedule an appointment. So generally, the general waiting time from the time you submit everything to the time they're walking in to the embassy for a visa appointment is about 3 months.
Okay. Do they have to do a DNA test?
Well, what will happen is at the interview, if there's a question on whether or not the father is the biological father, the embassy has been known to make people do DNA tests.
Oh, it's only when they go to do the interview.
When they go for the interview, depending on the officer, and if he has questions about the validity of the biological relationship, they have the right to ask for a DNA test. It's on a case-by-case basis.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks for calling. Once again, the number to set up an appointment. Someone standing by right now. 1-800-526-7977. That's 1-800-526-7977. Good morning. You're live with your attorney, Brad Bernstein. And what's your question?
Morning.
Hi. How you doing?
You're live. Go ahead. Don't listen to the radio.
Hello?
Yeah, you're live. Do not listen to your radio.
Okay. My sister got married in '09 in Jamaica to a U.S. citizen, and she came here in February, but she did not change her passport to her married name. So when she got her green card, when she came up here and they sent the green card, it was in her maiden name. She went down to the Federal Plaza, and they said they can't change the card to her married name because she only got the 2-year, and they said they can't change the card to her married name until the 2-year is up. Why is that?
Because she got bad advice. She can file an I-90 application if she chooses to. She can be known up by her married name, or she can be known by her maiden name. And if she wants to be known by her married name, she can file an I-90 application and check off that the information's incorrect. They put down the maiden name and the married name. She'll return the green card, and they'll mail her a new one in about 8 weeks. That's what happens. That's what happens when you go down. Unfortunately, what happens is when you go down to Federal Plaza, you're talking to clerks who aren't trained well enough to be able to answer all of these issues.
Is there a charge for that?
Yeah, it's $450 filing fee.
Yeah, but it's their error that it's in her maiden name because she presented.
Well, if you're claiming it's immigration's error,
mm-hmm.
It depends on what was written on the form. Depends what was written on the green card application.
Yeah, it was in her married name.
Okay, so if you're claiming it's immigration's error, then they will not charge you a filing fee, but they will return the forms if they say it was not their error. So
okay,
when you check off the I-90 application, one
mm-hmm.
of the checkoff marks is, I'm paraphrasing the words because I'm not looking at the form right now, but one of the checkoff things says immigration made the mistake, and then it says in parentheses, no filing fee required.
No, okay, thank you. And
right.
I filed for my daughter in 2006. She was married, but she's not married anymore. Do you know when her paperwork will come up?
They're up to June 22nd, 2005 right now.
Wow.
So, you have to make sure you notify the National Visa Center that she's not married. They won't know unless you notify them.
Okay.
All right, so send a copy of her divorce decree with the case number so they could upgrade it.
I see. All right. Okay, thank you so much for your information.
You're very welcome. Good luck.
Keep up the good work. Thank you.
All right, thanks for calling. And again, the number to set up an appointment is 1-800-526-7977, 1-800-JAM-7977. Someone standing by right now as we speak to take your phone call and let Brad and his team go to work for you. Let's take this call. Good morning. You're live with the attorney, Brad Bernstein, and what's your question?
Hello?
Good morning. You're live.
Yes. Morning, Mr. Bernstein.
Hey, what's up?
I got an issue where my wife and pretty much my wife is filing for my daughter. My wife and my daughter did the interview in Jamaica. They asked for DNA. DNA came back good. And then they asking for proof of cohabitation between me and the wife. We've been married for 8 years. We never filed any taxes together. And now they're saying that, they gave her back a passport in Jamaica after keeping it for like 3 months. Gave her back the passport and said they're going to send back the case to USCIS back in the U.S. here. So I'm trying to figure out if they're going to deny her or what are they going to do.
They've already denied her because you haven't shown that you and your wife live together.
Okay.
All right. So I think what you need to do is make an appointment to come see me. And, make an appointment to come see me, and we're going to talk about the different options, which are, one, when the case gets returned to USCIS, we try to get that USCIS to return the case back to the embassy, or two, we refile again. We'll see. But I think this would require a consultation for you to come in, and we can talk about the pros and cons of doing both.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You have the telephone number?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. And for those of you who don't have it, it's 1-800. When DJ Roy says 1-800-526-7977, it is a special IRE Jam number that identifies you as an IRE Jam listener because 526 spells jam. So it's 1-800-JAM-7977, 1-800-526-7977. If you have an immigration problem, call and set up a consultation. We have people standing by right now. If your friend or family member has a problem, give them my telephone number. And if you don't have a problem right now, save my telephone number because in life, everybody will eventually at some point need a good lawyer. And you're listening to one right now. 1-800-526-7977.
And of course, someone standing by right now to take that phone call. So do not hesitate. 1-800-526-7977. Good morning. You're live with the attorney, Brad Bernstein. And what's your question?
Good morning. I have a question for the attorney. I've been married 10 years now, and my husband had an accident, and he's now receiving SSI, but we haven't filed. I just filed for my green card. I just got my letter to do my biometrics, my fingerprint. Do you know how long the process is going to be?
From the time that you did the biometrics to the time you're getting an interview?
Yeah, my biometrics is next week.
Who sponsored you again? Who's your sponsor again?
Excuse me?
Who is sponsoring you again? I apologize.
My husband,
Your
uncle
husband
is the sponsor. My husband, uncle. Because my husband is receiving SSI now because he had...
Okay, yeah, so your uncle gave a second affidavit of support, but you're doing it through marriage to a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Okay. From the time that you take your biometrics to I would say about another 4 months, 3 to 4 months.
Another 4 months? Mm-hmm. And then how long would I get? Would I be getting 2 years or...
How long have you been married?
I've been married 10 years now, and I had...
You're going to get a permanent green card for life.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right.
All right. Let's see if I can squeeze one more call in, Brad. Good morning. You're live with the attorney, Brad Bernstein. And what's your question?
No, I'll call back. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning. You're live with the attorney, Brad Bernstein. What's your question?
Good morning.
Good morning. You're live.
Yes, brother, thank you for your good work you're doing.
Thank you.
I have a question. Before I got my green card, I did fight for the LULAC program, which I never qualified. I never know. Somebody said me that I can get the LULAC. But it's after I find out that I don't qualify for it. But anyway, I get the green card now. Will that end me if I'm getting my citizenship?
You getting your what?
I got my green card now.
Right.
Yes.
So what's your problem?
The LULAC that I probably will end me if I'm getting my citizenship.
No, it shouldn't prevent you from becoming a citizen. LULAC cases are sealed cases. So they can't go back and reopen that case and use it against you unless you went to the interview and testified and committed fraud. It's the only time they could ever use it against you. So if you filed a LULAC application and you never went to the interview, or if you did go to the interview, you didn't say any untruth, that's a sealed record. It can never be used against you.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right?
All right. Once again, the number to set up an appointment, 1-800-526-7977, 1-800-526-7977. And, of course, that ends the segment this morning of course, the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. And, again, if you have an issue, if you do nothing, nothing will happen. And just maybe one day you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, and the next thing you know, you're in deportation or you have a serious situation. So please put this number in your phone. Put it in your BlackBerry. For those that still use BlackBerry, Brad has joined the living now, and he's got an iPhone. But for those who have BlackBerries or iPhones or Androids, whatever mobile device you use, or if you're still like me, old school, still write stuff down on a piece of paper and put it into your wallet, the number is 1-800-526-7977. 1-800-526-7977. And as always, we say,
prior results do not guarantee similar outcome in future cases. To set up an appointment for a personal consultation with Brad Bernstein, call 1-800-526-7977. That's 1-800-526-7977.
That's right. And of course, Brad will be back on later on with Krista Dubmaster. But call right now. Someone standing by, 1-800-526-7977. Thanks a lot, Brad.
Thank you, DJ Roy.
And we'll speak to you later.
Yes, thank you.
Brad Bernstein from the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. Give him a call today.